Wow, okay, we're back again here. Let me see. Check this quickly. We're back again, huh? Okay. Wow, okay, we're back again here. Let me see. Back again on the Voice of Sinoe. Welcome, guys. Welcome. To have a delicious discussion today. We are back on the platform, on the global stage here. Let me do this while I share the video. We want to start the music with Gedeh here. Let's go to Gedeh County here and see what it got for us.
Aha! But you not damn when you're so yes, Putu Porleah Association in America. I'm so right there. Kalu you a monster to one national Putu Festa. National President press for Quincy rule. So I did two. Martina go. Tina Bewe Gabo, Better than one day I want Yada Wago. Man, that's why you want your papa. You can my own mother, dear. Mamma Boyo Gaba, I never I say what way. I will get to tell you what you do. I know we all live. Emmanuel Kolo. Aha, secretary. I will put right here. I know Kiba Mama. You want Kiba there? You want to get them more blood. You want to never go to work at Luau, treasure we are. Treasure Mama, though, YOLO. I get never Luau, we are. She best are up the wall, we are moving. Ilasope, Financial Secretary. Aye, Adeabuga. Ademawe. I know what my yard. You might get Gayana Kayadu, de Mabino. My Yada was where my Duaya. I put you, YOLO. Hayawene. Reverend Daniel Wallow. Chaplain. I supply it again. Chaplain, I supply it. You don't know what I supply it on the Yaka. I go well. Guinness room. First Lele, Sawa Mama, I demand some $7 or someone to a mile. Give you what say, National President, Gedeh Association in America. Aye, Honorable George Party, Labrador Ambassador to the US. I say, so, Mama, so I do. Esther Selini, David. Aha. So. Esther Fale. Apostle Monso. My center. America. Asawo. Aye. William Rupe. I'm sorry, I'm a set. That's me. I'm going Tommy Poah. Yeah, get them all. I'm Mama Mosu. Selling butter. Aha. Kaeru now, la no bebe. Hablo Wiah. Hayawe ne baba. Chibeza we abu. Sim Kape, Minnesota president. We are getting monsu. You get to all need na. Ama yo we no. Sima, ayi o blenyo. Doris Pia, best evident president. You get plan na mo plan na bo. No yo kwa plan na ke mo plan na bo. Doris Pia be a jeti yo. Pe ma nu yo ne gbe kalu wa bi yo. Ayawe ne. What's the limo kalua we out? Iowa president. Ọ̀pọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ mọ̀ nsọ. Joseph Kebe. Ayé. New England president. Asawo. Ló yẹ sẹ́ mú ẹ̀ndẹ́ wúrọ̀ yìí àṣẹ. Màyà wí àgbà náà bí ilé. Màyà wí kìtẹ́ máa ti yó. Yóò yọ fún tẹ̀yà tẹ̀ máa ní yéyéyé. Ẹ̀yà wí mọ̀ ká. Màyà ti ní àgbẹ̀ yìí wúrọ̀ yìí tọ́ ká. Ayé náà bóyá náà wò. Eric Bay, Rhode Island president. Asawo, Pueblo, Pueblo. Casio, aha, anu mama Zumba, superstar wayo. Mia Selim, I'm a sayo. Arrested Sia, ayale. Ever investment, national care. After quite months, there is a selling. I'm on you aware. I'm a special. National Queen, as a blow, you did. Phyllis Okabe, I'm so monso. Susanna Williams, I'm where we are. Electoral, I walk queen. Can I get a little way? I give up the way I have everywhere. I give my way, I have everywhere. Matade parie. Emewo, oble white soup. Koli wa bono. Asawene. Sisi opo. Able guaima. Better queer. When you play near for black, when you play near your blood, you see it. Can double look out, go, to you. I never walk on. Yeah, what's a boy, then no web up, I will not. Here, I know what I'm better can look in Mount so not pay this. I put my blood. So, Samina! And my war party, I'll be there. Better than me, because it's your
Yes, Porleah. Yeah, guys, how you doing? Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to another wonderful edition of Voice Sinoe in the Diaspora with Doc Sayapode. I'm excited, every time I get here, I can be energized, because I like to talk to my people, the global family. It's a wonderful day, Pennsylvania. Nice weather today. Going up to 66 degrees today, I was told by the weather guys. All right, so I hope you are having a wonderful Sunday. Those that went to church, you had a good sermon today. Those that can preach and all of that. Doctor, but what am I doing for the weekend? You know, last night I went out. You know, it was a big, nice party yesterday. Last night, it was great. It was great. All right, so let's get to business here. We want to welcome all of you. I'm seeing a couple of people here, but I want you to do me a huge favor here. You know, as you get on, please share the show. I mean, you can enjoy what I'm about to give you, for example, what is in the factual room of Voices I Know. You know, so you can get information from the factual room of Voices I Know, and you don't share with other people, you know. So let's be generous. I want you to share. Just hit that share button for me. I want at least I got a lot of juicy stuff, so I need at least minimum 20% before I can start the show. You know, so share. I mean, if you the 10, I've seen at least 10 or 11, 12% I'm seeing right now. So if you share the show, I mean, we'll get that number of people. You know, it's 10. Come on, 10%. That's how we can do, guys. Let's do better than that. So I'll give you one more commercial. I will be right back. I want to hit that number. Let's hit at least minimum of 20. I mean, a lot of stuff coming up from the United Support Association to Gedeh County. All the latest developments coming to you today. So you gotta be generous to share with other people. Let me see here. Let me get one more song here for us, and we will be right back to start the show. I mean, I want some numbers. I mean, the numbers is too small right now, and that's not how we do it. But let's get the queen of traditional music. I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mary Nyinambo. I'm one of the Liberia Traditional Musical Award nominees. You guys vote for me out there. See you in Liberia. I know you will vote for me because I have my fan down there. Vote for me. See you.
Oye,
So the pai adesso so the pai adesso loyo. So the pai adesso so the pai adesso. I'm so the pai way. I'm so the pai way para you and everyone. I'm so the pai way. So the pai adesso. Mas nobody allo as I will play you. Adiamo. I'm pai. Now me person. Don't worry, baby. Look at oil very hard. So when the oil is now, don't bring it. The oil will get in your Salah. Skip it up. So, yeah, we are the. I'm a pie. So, I'm Blackie.
Yeah, soremo. Yeah, soremo. How you doing, guys? Welcome back to Voice of Sinoe. Let's get the ball rolling here. Again, welcome to all of you. Hey, Gertrude, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Andrews, how are you? Richard Panton, how are you? Hillary, Quito, okay. Mr. Cooley Morris, how you doing, Sir James Panto? Minister Olivia Esau, how you doing? Others, I'm not seeing all of you. So if you're under the vibration of my voice, welcome on board. Let's start the show. All right, so let's get into today. We have a long agenda today, so let me just go straight into it. Let's get the preliminary out of the way. So what is in the factual room of Voice of Sinoe? Well, the first thing is what is on your screen right there. What is in the factual room? So if you don't know, on the Voice of Sinoe, we have two major rooms. So we have the factual room and we have the speculation room. So in the factual room, when you say something is in the factual room, everything that we're about to tell you from the factual room is fact. Is something that you cannot dispute. Yeah, that's fact. All right. On the other hand, when it is in the speculation room, it hasn't been yet confirmed as fact, and that is why we call it speculation. Okay. So those are the things. So let's start with what is in the factual room. Today is the birthday of a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Krahn, celebrating a birthday today. What a coincidence! You know, the couple that were born the same day. But Porleah Krahn, first, let's start with her. Porleah is a co-host of Voice of Sinoe in the diaspora, but right now she is on administrative sabbatical leave right now. You know, that's why she's not on the platform with me. But she will be back sooner rather than later. Mr. Krahn is the former interim president of the United Sarpoland Association Delaware Valley chapter. You know, so the two important people, Porleah Krahn is also a very active member of the Delaware Valley chapter. And so they're celebrating a birthday. So if you don't know who these beautiful people are, let me share their images with you here quickly before we get to. So let's do ladies before gentlemen. And that's Porleah Krahn there. So Porleah Krahn, on behalf of the CEO of Voice of Sinoe in the diaspora, Dark Side, the ESOTERIC, we want to say a special happy birthday to you. We wish you many more happy returns. All right. We want to also say happy birthday to your husband. That's Honorable David Krahn, the former interim president of the Delaware Valley chapter. The both of you celebrating your birthday today. So we want to say happy birthday to you. Many more. Greece to your elbow. All right. Now go to something else here. That's we have a lot on the agenda. So we're going to go through it expeditiously. Let's see here. What else we have for you today in the factual room of Voice of Sinoe? We just want to do a quick shout out to the brother or some brothers or sisters from Sinoe County. After all this, the Voice of Sinoe. So we have to we are closely monitoring the activities of Sinoe County. And so today we want to say congratulations to Mr. Myer Kolo and other young Sinoeans on your academic accomplishment. You know, a lot of guys they graduated from the university. It was a commencement the other day, and Facebook was inundated with birthday and graduations of stuff. And so I just wanted to do a shout out. I met Kolo. He's a very smart guy. I think he's the administrative assistant for Senator Augustine Chea. Yeah, that's the young man over there. So, Kolo, on behalf of Voice of Sinoe, the Voice of Justice in the diaspora, we want to say happy. We want to say congratulations, actually, on your accomplishment, and all the guys, all the ladies and gentlemen that graduated from a university, whatever the schools are. We want to say congratulations on your achievement. Hopefully, you're going to use your education to make positive impacts in the lives of our people in Sinoe County and the nation at large. You know, oftentimes when people acquire education, they use the education wrongly, or they use the education selfishly, or use it detrimentally to harm other people. So we will hope that your education will it will be a transformative education. It will transform the lives of the hoi polloi, the unprivileged privileged people in our country. You know, we have politicians in the county. Some are diabolical, and some are quite decent. So don't be cajoled by the diabolical ones. Follow, look at what is going on in your county, in your country, and make the right decisions for the betterment of your country. So congratulations to all of you. Now let's get to something else here. We are doing the basic right now. This one, we want to do also a special shout out to Augustus J. Panton, a 30-year-old son of the Sarpoland, who earned a PhD in economics from Australia National University. Yeah, that's when I got that info, I was so elated to bring it out to my fellow citizens of Sinoe County, and I can see the global community at large. So Augustus J. Panton is a 30-year-old son of the Sarpoland, or son of Liberia, or son of Africa. The guy just earned a doctorate degree, Doctor of Philosophy in economics. That's a lot of reading. That's a lot of research. There's a lot of education. All right, let me bring the brother image out for also images, and then I want to make some comments. Yeah, I want to make. There's a reason why I'm bringing this to the community. Yeah, we have been having some turbulent times as of late, and this maybe if we listen. It could be a lesson for us to make some adjustments, to use our resources wisely, instead of dwelling in the sitting room of commotion and confusion and stuff like that. So let me show you the young man here. Panton is, by the way, he's from Joazon specifically. Joazon young guy, a son of the Sarpoland. Got a PhD. 30 years. I'm not saying 40. I'm not saying 50. I'm not saying 31. I'm not saying 32. I'm not saying 70. I'm saying 30. 30-year-old. The guy's 30 years old. He got a PhD in economics. That's a good news. These are things that make me happy. That's what I want to see young people doing. Empower yourself. Give yourself knowledge. Now, the mad accumulation of knowledge, oftentimes people say, oh, knowledge is power. To understand But knowledge in your head without application is nothing. Then if it is not applied, the knowledge is not applied, that means you are a computer. The information is just in you, but you are not using it. And so education or knowledge acquired that is applied is power. And so the brother has gained knowledge. Now, the application of the knowledge is another thing. Let's see whether you apply that knowledge to make an empire in the global community. All right, this is, let me show you the young man picture here. I'm so excited to share with you. This is the young man here, Augustus J. Panton. Yeah, that's Augustus. Let me take that talking point down so that you can see him better. Yeah, that's Augustus right there. So Augustus, on behalf of Voice of Sinoe, we want to say congratulations on this milestone. It's a huge achievement, PhD in economics, and that's great. That's great. Let me see some image. Another image here. That's the brother there. Here's another image here. He's up. His hands are up. I will do the same thing too. I put my hands up. Yes, it's a breath of fresh air. Yes, after long study, long hours, reading books and doing articles and doing research, writing all these long papers and doing a dissertation. You know, a long dissertation basically is a book. And after that, you have to go sit before a committee to defend that thesis, you know. So the guy went through all of this. Wonderful. That's a great achievement. I want to say, again, Augustus Panton, actually. Panton. Let me get that name right. Congratulations on your achievement, brother. And more grease to your elbow. Now, the reason I brought this brother, besides just showcasing him, I think there should be a good news. It's a good news for all of us, at least that's what I think. But imagine the United Sarpoland Association in America, so which has been around for several years. Imagine our resources are used properly to empower young people like Panton. There are many of us around here that want to do advanced studies, you know, but I mean, you have to take all these loans, or better yet, those are in the U.S. or in the Western world. Maybe you can help somebody in Liberia who wants to go for advanced study, or anywhere in Africa. But we for some reason we don't focus on those things. Our attention is on frivolity, on frivolous stuff, on basic attacking each other personally and trying to prove who has power, you know, so basically power struggle and stuff like that. You know, but I think Panton is a source of encouragement for me. A 30-year-old young guy. He didn't born with silver spoon. He struggles like all of us, and he has ascended the mountain of education. So we want to say congratulations once again. And we, the leaders, especially the board of directors, and right now we don't have a national executive, but we'll go into detail on that shortly. But we want to say that congratulations again to this young guy from Sarpoland, Augustus J. Panton, for his incredible achievement, a PhD in economics. We want to say good job, brother. All right, let's get to the next thing here that I want to talk about here on the Voice of Sinoe. We'll have a long agenda. Let's get to quickly. The other day on my last show, I have this impressive challenge, which I like. I like people to challenge me because I like to validate and corroborate what I say with facts, with evidence. And so a follower of mine, my good friend, we engage on Facebook periodically. I think it was Aloysius or Sion who asked me, he asked a question with respect to the function. He said, what gives the board of directors the authority to take charge of the organization? Or I mean, by organization, I mean the United Sarpoland Association in Americas. So that was the question, and I wasn't prepared for that question. So I was dangling in the Constitution for a little bit. But I haven't sat and carefully navigated the document, even though I did a couple of times, but because of old age, we are aging, so retention of information is not as effective as it was when we were a little younger. But to answer the gentleman's question, that's a lusher called Panton. That's not Panton, no, Chea, sorry. Chea was the one that asked that question. So I want to share with you, do a little constitutional review here, so as get the powers of the board of directors and the executive in review, because I've done a little lecture on the Constitution before on the platform. And so let's look at the document. The document is around for some reason, we don't like to read, a lot of us. Yeah, so let's look at some of the things that some of the provisions in the Constitution that gave the board of directors the authority to make the decision that it made. All right. People say, "Oh, the board ousted the president." No, the board, the president or the executive wasn't ousted by the board of directors. The president was ousted by the Constitution. The Constitution gives each leader or each elected member of the organization a time frame to serve. Okay, so if you exceed that time frame, then you are working outside the scope of the document that gives you authority. All right, so let's review the Constitution quickly and look at some basics. Okay. Sorry for the background noise here. I just want to get to some of these provisions here quickly to share with you. All right, so let's start with some little clauses that I want to talk about. It made it clear in Article 12 of the Constitution. It talks about, for example, Article 12. Section 10.1, it talks about something like this: the association shall have no members who have special right or title, interest, or to the corporation, its properties and franchises and stuff like that. All right, so that's not what I'm after right now. So what I'm after here, for example, let's review a little bit the functions of the General Assembly. Okay, that's the highest decision-making body of the organization. So let's look at what the functions of the General Assembly are. So over here, if you read, there are not many, just few. So I will just go through them rapidly. It says here, Section 1, I'm reading, if you get your copy, Article 12 of the Constitution, that's Section 1, I'm reading right now. And it says all powers and authority of the United Sarpoland Association or of the association, let me put it that way, all powers and authority of the association shall be vested in the General Assembly. Membership sitting in convention. Okay, made it clear. It's specific. It doesn't a general membership gathering on teleconference or members gathering in the hall. I mean, as in the various chapters, right? Like the chapters, they call the members and they're having monthly meeting. That is not the General Assembly. It's specific. All powers and authority of the association shall be vested in the General Assembly, GA, membership sitting in convention. It can be any clearer than that. Okay, so that's number one function. Then it goes Section 2. The General Assembly shall be the highest and final decision-making body of the association. All decisions of the body shall be binding on all members and chapters of the association. All members of the General Assembly shall comprise of all due paying members of the association. Okay, so that's section 2. It go 3. Just a few of them to give the guys. They shall have the power to conduct elections every 2 years. Now it's 3 years because of the amendment from North Carolina 2017. All right. So it shall have the power to conduct elections every 2 years for members of the board of directors and members of the National Executive Committee at National Convention. And it shall also meet once a year to reveal the activities in the association. Okay. And that's 1. Number 3. Number 4, it shall have the power to impeach the General Assembly, right? They can impeach. It shall have the power to impeach, replace, suspend, and or expel any elected official or officer or member, elected or non-elected, okay? Any elected officer or member whose action and or character runs contrary to the progress of the association, such as but not limited to disorderly conduct, spreading of malicious lies with the intent to cause disunity in the organization, etc., subversion of constituted authority, embezzlement, and misappropriation of the association's funds and or properties. All right. So over here, I'm one of the guys who going to make a proposal when we shall have convened in August of this year in Florida. And so that certain members who conduct themselves contrary to the document, in keeping people who conduct themselves contrary to this, we want to make a proposition or proposal to the board of directors or the General Assembly, I should say, for some of the people to be expelled, because the Constitution provides for that. Anybody who action poses threat to the unity of the organization can be expelled, can be banned from the organization. And so that's something we'll do. There are certain members, their actions are contrary to the telos of the organization. By telos, I mean the purpose, the goal, the reasons for which the organization was established. Okay, so that's such a fire for the board of directors. This is important. It says it shall make final and binding decisions on all pending disputes between the board of directors and the National Executive Committee. So now it looks like, watch my words, I said it appears as though we have some sort of ideological dichotomy. It's a distinction. To be simple, it seems to be there's a confusion in our organization, as I understand it. So the Constitution is saying the General Assembly has the power to resolve any dispute. So anybody who has issue with anybody or an organ of the organization, bring it to the convention so that thing can be adjudicated. That's the right route to go. Let's meet in Florida and put everything before the General Assembly so that those things will be resolved. Okay? The General Assembly shall make final and binding decisions on all pending dispute. Pending. That means things going on. Okay? They have not been resolved. Pending disputes between the board of directors and the National Executive. So we have the board of directors and the executive right now. There is this rift, even though there shouldn't be one. If we read the document religiously, even though I'm not a religious man, or if you want, read it unreligiously, read it attentively, we will not have all these issues. So it shall approve fiscal, that the General Assembly, it shall approve fiscal and budgetary policies, fiscal, to talk about money. Okay, that's the function of the board of directors or the General Assembly, right? But in the absence of that, the board will be in charge. But let's read it. It shall approve fiscal and budgetary policies, receive and review annual reports submitted by the national president, approves the resolution of the convention for enforcement and implementation by the board of directors and the National Executive Committee. Now, let's go to the next section here. I just wanted to give you highlight the functions of the General Assembly. Now, let's get to the board of directors. And let's solve some of the hullabaloo, the noise, the uproar from every angle that's going on right now. Some people say, the Constitution did not say this. The Constitution did not say that. All right, now, let me play this quickly. Let us retrospect a little bit. And before I complete the function, but because that's one of the areas that the guys go and say, North Dakota Convention, it says everybody should go to for election in 2020. Okay, and that's one of the, so I want you to hear the language of those resolutions for North Dakota 2019. All right, listen.
National Convention held in the city of Fargo, North Dakota, August 22 to the 25th. Resolutions that the election for the board of directors be suspended and that the constitution be revised. That one unit nursing color be built, comprised 3-bedroom at the cost of $30,000 United States dollars. Revised Constitution. That the National Assembly elect 9 board members, 9 board of directors members, and that no more than 2 board members shall come from a chapter. That 9 elected board members hold election after every 3 years beginning from next year 2020. That anyone who intends to be elected to the board of directors shall make a registration fees of $200. That the executive shall establish a voucher system to effect withdrawal. The president shall submit requests to the board of directors, and approval from the board shall be communicated electronically through emails and fax. That the board of directors shall approve and submit a budget within 2 weeks from the date the budget was submitted. If it does not respond within a given time frame, it shall be considered automatically approved. That the issues of bereavement shall be turned over to the national executive officers as a policy issue. Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Okay, those are the resolutions from 2019, North Dakota. Those were the resolutions. That very year was contentious. There was this debate between the board of directors and the executive. They said that was a board election year, and that wasn't the case. So we went into this back and forth, and eventually the president, Gedeh, established a committee, appointed Sinoe as the head, and the guys went to work and crafted those resolutions. And so all members, elected members, who have gone to election last year, 2020, according to the resolutions. Okay, now there's a caveat to that, though. There's a caveat. They say all elected board members should go to Florida 2020 for election. But the Constitution provides, they give other options so that we can find ourselves in a situation where the organization will be with our leaders. All right. So let's look at some provisions in the Constitution here. let's look at some provisions. So the board of directors, we look at the powers in the absence of the General Assembly. All right? In the absence of the General, that's one, power number one of the board, okay? In the absence of the General Assembly, all corporate powers shall be exercised by the or on the authority of the board, and the affairs of the United Sarpoland Association in Americas shall be managed on the direction of the board, except as otherwise provided by these bylaws. Okay, that's the first one. All corporate powers. That's huge. The only power that the president has is just every day. They call it administrative. You know, so basically, the board will tell the president what to do. Anything, all those programs that were approved by the General Assembly, the board, everything is under the supervision of the board. All right. And so, I mean, the organization, the president is basically, I mean, the language should be harsh, but it could be President Gio, it could be anybody. That person is basically a puppet of the board. You can't do anything without the approval, the authority, the sanction of the board. If you send a proposal and the board says it's no, you can't do anything about it. You just have to go and they will give you recommendations. All you have to do, review the recommendations and work on them and send back the document. But when they say no, there is nothing. If you protest to the contrary, you have no constitutional backing, then you are just throwing tantrums. All right, so it goes on to say the board function. The board shall have no authority to alter decisions made by the General Assembly. It shall work along with the National Executive Committee in the implementation of the resolution adopted by the General Assembly. Number 3, it shall elect its leaders or leadership, prescribe its own. I'm not interested in that one. 4, it shall have the authority to monitor. All right, to monitor all programs and projects approved by the General Assembly and advise the National Executive Committee on how to execute said program. So everything, the board is guiding everything, okay, the guiding the National Administration or the Executive. It shall give approval to disbursement of funds for the execution of any portion of the approved annual budget of the association, ensuring that the disbursement is in line with budgetary allocation. Okay, those are all functions of the board. It goes on, says it shall meet twice a year to review programs and order what I will make progress and all of that. All right, that's both. Let's look at some major resolution the functions of the board. So this is important. Let me say here, you say all directors shall be elected to serve their required stipulated term. Okay, listen to this, very important, right? The resolutions from North Dakota, the board of directors should go for election in 2020. Okay, that's what it says, and that's what some guys have been hinking on and say, oh, the board does not have any legitimacy anymore, just the same way the president does not have legitimacy. They agree that the president is not covered by the Constitution. But they are saying the board of directors are also not covered by the Constitution. But what they are doing is they are only looking at the resolution for North Dakota. They are not looking at the language of the Constitution. All right. It's like somebody saying, next year all of y'all will go to election, but the other person will be in charge until certain thing happen. Listen, this is what it says here. All directors. Let me look at the provision so you can look at it on your side too. It's article. So article is 13 of the Constitution, article 13, and I'm reading section 3.1, section 3.1. That's what I'm reading now. All directors shall be elected to serve their required stipulated term. However, listen, when you hear however, that's the transition they're making here. However, the term may be extended until a successor has been elected. Okay? All directors shall be elected to serve their required term. That's 3 years, right? However, the term may be extended until a successor has been elected. Do we have successor of the current board of directors? The answer is no to that question. So since the successors of the current board of directors have not been elected, they are still covered by the Constitution. Their term may be extended until their successor, the people that will take their place, they can be elected. That's what the Constitution says. It did not say the president. It did not say the president term would be extended until his successor has been elected. No, they said the board of directors. So that's something we have to keep in mind. When we understand these things, there will be no noise in the organization. All directors, did not say executive. All directors shall be elected to serve their required term, stipulated term. However, their term may be extended until a successor has been elected. Now, they came back again. Director term shall be staggered so that approximately half the member of the director will end. Okay, that's not what I'm not interested in that one. Director may serve term in succession. This is also important. Let me read this one. 3.4. The terms of office shall be considered to begin January 1st and end December 31st of the third year. Okay, so last year, December, the term was over of the third year in office. Unless, they repeat that again, unless the term is extended until at such time as a successor has been elected. They repeated that same language again. So, Article 3.1, Section 3.1, it continues with Section 3.4. So they continue, the framers of the Constitution, they are consistent with the language because they know that some of these issues that we have right now in the Constitution, the guys anticipated that there will be a time where the president would not be covered by the Constitution. Who runs the affairs of the organization? And so, anticipating that, it says that before the board of directors, the elected guys can leave office, their successors, the people that will replace them should be elected before the guys can leave. Because this guy will take the next group of leaders, now they will take over to continue with the affairs of the organization. That's called continuity of service. All right. And that's what the guys anticipated. All right. Over here, they talk about the election of, okay, I'm not interested in all of that. So I'm seeing that's one provision that covers the board of directors. I just show you right there. They are being covered by the Constitution. It didn't say the board of directors or the national executive. Let me show you something else here again. In the Constitution, if you read section that's 15 of the Constitution here, section 1.10 and 1.10, I think, yeah. The board of directors, it says here, the board of directors shall take charge of the association in the event that the first three heads of the association, president, vice president, and the general secretary, are incapacitated. This is crucial. Okay, this is crucial. And let me break it down to you. Article 15 of the Constitution, section 1.10, they say the board of directors shall take charge of the association in the event that the first three heads of the association, the president, the vice president, and the general secretary, are incapacitated. Okay, the key word here is incapacitated. Incapacitated. So somebody will say, what are you talking about incapacitated? Now, this is ambiguous, it's unclear, it's vague. When you say incapacitated, what sort of incapacitation the framers are talking about? If you take this to let's say we'll have a Supreme Court, for example, the interpretation of this will determine what incapacitation is. They didn't say when you are sick. That what they're talking about, incapacitation, no. Or when you die, when you die, it's obvious. but something tragic happens to you and you can't perform the function of the job. That's one way to look at incapacitation. But in this case, the executive members of the United South Association are headed by the president. They have been incapacitated by the Constitution because their term of reference, they got 3 years. And paid the Constitution 3 years. Last year, August 2020, President Gedeh is no longer covered by the Constitution. So he has been rendered incapacitated by the Constitution. He's not covered, he's not protected anymore. Note here, all right? The board of directors, they said that the board of directors will take charge. They didn't say the General Assembly, the board of directors. All right? So I don't see why we are arguing among ourselves here. This is what, I mean, in the Constitution I'm reading right now, the copy that I'm reading, it wasn't written by, or it wasn't amended. The revised version that I'm reading right now, it was written by the people that President Gedeh, the former president, appointed himself. You're talking about number one, Honorable Andrew Usaa. He was the chairman for the team that crafted the document. I gave her these rules, okay, that work on the Constitution. All right? Those are the guys that work on it. Number three, the guy one Harris Cannery here. Hey guys, the family is here. The secretary for that committee, Andrew Usaa, was the chairman. Cannery was the co-chair, and the secretary for that committee was Slebby Smith, the man who's now the project man on President Gedeh. All right, he was the secretary. These are the guys that wrote this, and they also got a contributor. That's Francis Clark Myers, and then they got Robert Tuba. Okay, this is what that the language the people gave us. Okay, so Robert Tuba, Slebby Smith, Andrew Usaa, those are people that are working directly with the president. These are the people the president depends on. Okay, these are the people, and that's what they gave us. Hey, baby, how are you? Hi. Yeah. So I don't see the guys gave us language. They put things in the Constitution and said this is what we should do, and now they are not obeying. Somebody will tell me and say the resolution from North Dakota abrogated the provision in the Constitution. Hey, baby, how are you? Okay. Yeah. All right, let me talk to the people now. We'll talk, okay? So, hey, Prudence, how are you? Okay. We'll talk in a little bit. So, the guys wrote their own document, and they'll tell you that resolution for North Dakota abrogated. That's not true. It did not abrogate anything. They're just telling you when to go for election. That's it. It does not abrogate anything in the Constitution here. Now, let's go to something else. So, you can see the provision is clear. The board is in charge when the three top members of the executive, the president was rendered incapacitated by the expiration of the term. The same thing with the secretary general, the same thing with the vice president. Okay, they are not covered by the Constitution anymore. So the board now can take charge of the organization. That is clear. Okay, let's go on to the next one here. Yeah, this one right here is the it's not related, but I just wanted to say that this one is Robert Tuba, who was then the publicity chairman, publicity man. This is what he should have done, but we never had anything. So this is what I said. One of his major functions. Okay, I'm talking about the publicity committee. Okay, the chairman. It shall advertise and promote the association's conventions and events. Publish newspapers, official gazette, liaise with radio stations, create websites, and monitor all other websites in an effort to keep the association informed on development on the websites and to respond to negative propaganda against the association and the Sarpo people. All right, that's something Robert Tuba should have done, but we didn't get any communication from him in that direction. I just want to point that out. Let me see something that I want to read that covers the board of directors. We shouldn't be making noise about these things. let's obey our own document that we wrote. They talk about quorum of the board here. So let me read this one. That's article that's 19 of the Constitution. That's section 1.9.1. It says here, okay, talking about funding out of that. All funding more than 500 shall require the approval of the board of directors of the United Sapota Association in America. That's clear. The board is to disburse funding. Anything above $500 that the board is supposed to take charge of that. The president went to Liberia with $7,000 without getting the approval of the board of directors. He went on a teleconference and said the people on the teleconference, they are the General Assembly, which the Constitution did not say. The Constitution is the people that gather in convention. Those are the people who call General Assembly. Okay. Let me see here. And they only say the president can withdraw $500. Okay. $500 or less. That's a max. Anything above that, he has to get the approval of the board. But he went to $7,000. The $7,000, they made a report. We haven't got, the president excluded that portion of the report. I mean, the financial aspect. They say it was in the report. They can't open that document. The document cannot open. All right. So we don't know. The administration, when it comes to finances, something is always wrong, you know. So we don't know why. So now let's listen to this. This is very crucial. Listen to the article. That's 21 of the Constitution. Okay. Article 21, section 1.1.2. It says here, this is very important. It says all elected executive officers. Listen to that. Not me talking. No, actually, it's Article 22 of the Constitution. Article 22, they're talking about tenure of office. Okay, tenure of office. And the first one says, let me read from 1.1. The tenure of office for all elected and non-elected officers shall be as follows. Okay, listen to that. It shall be as follows. 1. All elected executive officers. It's clear over there. It didn't say board of directors. Okay. You see, all elected executive officers shall serve the association for a period of 3 years, but not more than 2 consecutive terms. Okay? Is that clear? All elected executive officers shall serve the association for a period of 3 years, but not more than 2 succession. 3 years. President Gio was elected 2017, 17, 18, 19, 20. He was over. We are in 2021, and people are saying the man is still covered by the Constitution. He's still the president. No, it's clear. So now at this point, the president has been incapacitated by the Constitution. The board is, and that's why the board took charge of the organization. And people are saying, no, the board is wrong. Yeah, I see one of our brothers making a similar argument. Oh, the board time is over. One of the president for the chapter did not read the document. All right, so that's it. So the board is still covered by the Constitution. Nobody should give you make noise and say, "Oh, the board." No, the board is the legitimate arm of the organization now that has authority to run the affairs of the organization because the president has been rendered incapacitated by the Constitution. Now, let's go to something else here. So, hopefully I addressed your question sufficiently. That question, it was necessary. I love the fact that you brought it forward, and I gave you several positions in the Constitution that covered the board of directors. Let's go to something else here that I want to talk about today. Let's see here. I mean, let's take a quick leave. I got other important things that to talk about today, but let's go to Sinoe County quickly and leave the United Sapota Association a little bit. Let's go to Sinoe County and see what is in Sinoe County. So I said from partial representation to full representation. Senator Augustin Chea's December 8th, 2020 victory confirmed by the Supreme Court and certificated by NEC. All right, so let's look at what's going on in Liberia right now. This is a very encouraging news for a couple of months. Sinoe County has not been represented fully in Congress in Liberia, or the House of the legislature, if you want. Sinoe wasn't fully represented, but all decisions, all the cases that were in court, those frivolous cases, they have been adjudicated and thrown out. So Samson Wiah was certificated, and now he's the representative for district number 2 of Sinoe County. He was given, he got his certificate, everything. He started work already. And I think yesterday, Augustine Chea was certificated as well. And so Sinoe County right now, let's listen to what the senator said when he was confirmed or certificated yesterday. Let's listen to a little bit of the interview here.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And again, we're happy that we have come this far.
Today you have been being updated of the long-awaiting process for the time. How do you feel of the long stage out of the House of Parliament?
As far as our county is concerned, it's unfortunate, very unfortunate for Sinoe that our county has not had its full representation at the lower house and at the Senate at a time when major national decisions have been made, policy decisions in terms of the passage of legislation. And I wish I have been there fully to represent our county. And for me, that's the only disappointment I have. But I knew that at the end of the day, we will emerge victorious. And that has happened. So we are grateful for this day.
So how do you feel? I mean, looking at the long stay of the case in court, today being declared.
That's why I say I was kind of disappointed. Because at the end of the day, everybody knew that the complainant did not have a case. There was no substance, absolutely, in the case. It was just out of malice, I must say, completely out of malice, out of envy and malice.
So why you getting this
complaint was Other than that, we will not be here. Because there's somebody who came second who did not even complain because knew that nothing happened. And absolutely nothing happened. All right, so I keep saying that they were just out of malice. Because she didn't win, so she just told her, well, look, since I didn't win, I'll make sure that he's not sitting on time.
I didn't know why we were all.
Oh, why not? She also knew it? Absolutely. I have no malice towards her.
So why are the new things right now you have on docket to carry for the people of Sinoe County things of the
again?
Why the new plans you have?
Well, we have some pieces of proposed legislation that will introduce in the coming weeks, months, and years. We have 9 years to be there to represent our people. So there are a lot of that. There's a whole lot. There's a lot that we are planning. A lot we started putting together already to provide the voice that we need for our county.
As a county comment.
Party comments.
Well, gentlemen, I want to say I'm thankful to NEC. I'm thankful to NEC. Between you and me, the election in Sinoe was free, fair, and transparent. And I'm grateful to them for conducting a free, fair, and transparent process. And I hope that this will continue so that even if a candidate is not certified and they have to go to NEC, they have to come to the Supreme Court, the results will not change. And that's what
are you against Managrace Southern Brahman of obeying the rule of law?
That to continue to be that impartial gatekeeper of our democracy as they have done in
Finally, as a councillor, are you totally against Managrace of following the rule of law of any grievances as been mentioned in the laws of the National Election Commissions of any crime, disenchantment to be channeled to the Election Commission? As a councillor,
you just said that. As a matter of law, she was right to go to NEC.
Okay.
If she felt disenchanted, if she felt that there were quote unquote according to her problems with the election, if she felt dissatisfied, the best place to go was to go to NEC, to go through the legal process, which she did, which we have no problem with. If anybody subjects himself or herself to the rule of law without taking the law into his or her hands, I think that we are on a good democratic path. And the rule of law, the path also of rule of law, which I appreciate. The fact that she has to go to the courts, not to use extrajudicial or legal means to address your grievances. I appreciate that.
Your message to the people of Sinoe County.
Well, I'm here to serve my people. The people of Sinoe should know today that we have emerged victorious. Not only me, not only Chea, not only the Chea who have emerged victorious, but the people of Sinoe who voted for me, have emerged victorious because their will has prevailed. This decision by the Supreme Court has prevailed, has made the will of our people to prevail over the shenanigans of whoever thought that the result would have changed.
Thank you,
so yes, it's victory to the people of Sinoe. Victory to the people of Sinoe. Victory to all.
All right, so that was Senator Augustin Chea when his victory was confirmed by the Supreme Court, and the complainant, their cases complained were jettisoned, everything was trashed. That was Senator Chea over there. Now let's play another short video when he was certificated. And we have other important, you don't want to leave the show right now. I got other things that we want to discuss. Very, very important. We'll come into the breaking news section right now. So you don't want to miss the breaking news, and you have to share with your friends. Let's finish with Augustin Chea quickly here, and we'll go to other juicy stuff on the platform today. All right, so that was his certification after he was his victory confirmed by the Supreme Court. The National Electoral Commission certificated him, and so sooner rather than later, maybe Monday, he will be inducted into office by his colleagues. All right, so that was Augustin Chea of Sinoe County. We want to say congratulations. Now the people of Sinoe County, they are 40, their leaders, the people that elected, are now 40 in Congress. So I want to say congratulations to all of you. So let me see quickly, maybe a quick statement here when he spoke.
Representatives of civil society organizations, members of the folk estate, ladies and gentlemen, and put them recognize Samson, Wiah, members of the Sinoe Legislative Caucus, who has Electoral. Welcome. I have come to this certification ceremony with my heart
All right, just want to just give you a little statement from the senator over there, Senator Augustus J. And now, let me take you now to the what I'll call the it's a breaking news here. So we want to put that out there for you. What is the breaking news we have for you? Let me see quickly here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora with Dark Side, Porleah, Esoteric. The breaking news we are getting, they say the USAA acting administration and board of directors under the chairmanship of Esau Sargbeh appoint members of the Elections Commission for Florida 2020. USAA acting administration and the board of directors under the chairmanship of Honorable Esau Sargbeh appoint members of the Elections Commission for Florida 2020. That's a major breaking news. I mean, and why this is why this is important? Why is a breaking news? Well, the former president, Mr. Gedeh should have done this long time ago. When you are in your second year, because the Constitution gives the president 3 years. So when you are in your second, or maybe a few months in your third year, you should be able to start working on these things. So the board of directors, they reached out to the president, then President Gedeh numerous times, many times, to set up the Electoral Commission. I didn't say they reached out to the president once. I said many times. And the president did not act. And so the organization was in a limbo when the COVID-19 came. When the COVID came, the guys used COVID as an alibi for President Gedeh to stay in office for perpetuity, as you say. The man should stay there forever using COVID-19 as though the organization does not have a constitution. So the guys called the president over and over. He didn't act. And so for the organization to remain intact, to be one blood, for us to be united people, the elders, they intervened. And they put in some stipulation that the president can stay there for a little bit. And so they gave him all the guidelines. Again, the president refused to follow the guidelines. So the man exhausted his 3 years, and we are in 2021. And they are still asking him to set up an electoral commission, and he refused to do so. In addition to the refusal of the president to establish the Electoral Commission, he has other violations, such as going in the account of the organization without getting board approval, taking over $500. Anything over $500, the board got to approve it. The president will convene a teleconference, and he will call the people on the teleconference, General Assembly, and then they will approve, they will vote on something, and then they'll go in the account and take money, which is a violation of the Constitution. So many counts, they did a lot of contravention. And the boy eventually said, no, we can't make the guy to continue to do this. The money that he took to go to Liberia was not approved by the board of directors. So the board said, okay, saying he took the money, we have to put in some mechanism so that we can go to election. since the president term has expired and the elders giving extra time to put things in place, and he refused to do that, we have to take charge because the Constitution, it covers us. We are the one in charge right now. Until our successors are elected, we are still in charge and not the president. And so the board took charge of the organization. And so last month they made the pronouncement, and now they have set up election commission. So now let me show you the members of the election commission, the board appointed. Let me share the names with you. Let me show the picture first, and then I will read their communication. Let me look at the members of the board of directors. So we have here Mr. Stanley. Let me take that bullet point down. It's kind of so it obscures the guys so you can see them better. You do their face is showing. So Stanley Sewon is the chairman of the Electoral Commission. He was appointed by the board of directors or the acting administration in conjunction with the board of directors. Stanley Sewon is the chairman. Next to and Stanley is from the state of Texas. The co-chairman for the Constitution Committee is Reverend Jefferson Kamal. Reverend Kamal is the co-chair on the committee for the Electoral Commission. The next person on the commission appointed by the board of directors, we have Honorable Simile Panton. Honorable Simile Panton was also appointed on the board to be the secretary for the commission. Actually, he's the secretary for the commission, so he will be doing all the writing for the Electoral Commission. That's Mr. Panton right there. He's from Minnesota. Again, the co-chair is from the Delaware Valley, Mr. Kamal. The chairman is from Texas. Let's see here. We have this a member right here coming, Mr. Alex Cole. Mr. Alex Cole is from Iowa. He's also on the commission. He's a member. And we have a female from North Carolina. Her name is Vivian Pratt. Vivian Pratt is a member of that commission as well. So the board went to work. They brought their a team quickly, team that is eclectic from various chapters in the union to be represented on the board. So we have Vivian Pratt on the commission as well. So those are the members. Let me show you the communication of the board here. So you can see. No, that's not what I want. Let me see. Let me go to the board communication here, so you can be part of it. I want to read it to you. All right, so that's the communication there. I'm an evidentialist, so I like to show you what I'm talking about so you can know. You say, oh, the guy's not making things up. So that's the communication in that from my end. Let me read it. It's not too big or legible to read from the screen. So if you look at here, United Sarpoland Association in Americas, USA, Esau Sargbeh, National Chairman, Board of Directors, Team, Mabel, Howell, he put all the address, Bear, Delaware, he put all the information, website, and the email address, the telephone number, all the details indicated on that communication. It was written April the 24th, 2021, I think it was yesterday. And it said appointment of members of the General Elections Commission, USA. Let me rotate the thing. It's still a little small. Okay. So it says, ladies and gentlemen, presidents of the various chapters within our union, the United Sarpoland Association in Americas, the Board of Directors of the United Sarpoland Association in Americas is pleased to appoint the below listed distinguished personalities to serve as commissioners on the General Elections Commission of USA for election scheduled to be held in August 2021 in Jacksonville, Florida. The appointment takes immediate effect The names of those appointed are as follows. 1, and there's Mr. Stanley Thomas Sewan. He's the chairman from Texas. Reverend Jackson O. Kamon, vice chairman or chairperson from Delaware Valley. Mr. Simility Panton, secretary from Minnesota. Number 4, Mr. Alex Cole, member from Iowa, and then Miss Vivian Pratt, member from North Carolina. All right, so those are the commission right there for you, 2020 or 2021 convention in Florida. It's all set. You're all set to go. You can start buying your tickets and whatever you want to buy, or whatever you want to do for the convention. The board has constituted electoral commission, something that the president could not do for 2 years plus. I mean, I don't know what is difficult to do, or he wanted to just stay in power forever. That's the situation there. All right, so that's the breaking news there from the Delaware Valley chapter here. Not Delaware Valley, from the USA, actually, from the United Sarpoland Association, from the board of directors, and that's the update that they have. The guys that are in power right now are running the affairs of the organization. Now let's go to something else here. Let me get to this. And after this, we'll go on a quick commercial break and come back with other important topics. Yeah, now this one, I'm trying to go to Gedeh County now. The people that call me, the guy that Krahn man. So why are you talking about Sinoe County? I'm a dual citizen. I'm from both counties, and so I have the right to represent both counties. My maternal county and my paternal county, if you want to put it that way. So the Gedeh County, we have this a powerful lady. She's not only powerful, she also empowers others, and that's what a leader does. You say if you have a leader and somebody tells you, oh, that person is powerful, and you are a follower of that person and you are weak, then what sort of power your leader has? So a powerful leader should also make the people that follow him or her powerful. And so we have this distinguished lady. She contested for the national presidency of the Grand Judges Association in Americas 2 years ago. And unfortunately, she was relegated. But she's not saying, because I didn't win presidency, so I can still make an impact in the lives of the people. So Madam Poah, I call this what I call Madam Edith Poah's impressive groundbreaking ceremony in Putu at Gedeh County. Okay. I mean, I thought when I saw the crowd, I thought they were more running for maybe president in the country or something. I mean, you saw this massive crowd. You see, that's what happens when you are making an impact. No, just the woman running an NGO, all right? And we are the same in, let's say, United Sarpoland Association, we're seeing people with NGO as well. But our president went to Liberia, you see, just few people. The president was honored by his own dead, the people that carry him, they honor him. But this lady she's a regular, she's not president for any diaspora organization, and she has her own NGO where she takes care of people that have medical abnormalities and stuff like that. She takes care of children. I mean, help children to go to school and copybook. Let me show you something here. Let me show you something quickly before I show you a crowd of the people that went to greet the young lady. And by the way, you don't know her. I think I got a picture of her. Let me put the picture up here. That's Madam Edith Poah there. Yeah, I'm not talking about old ma, that young girl. That's a young girl. She got a dream. She has a dream. And that dream is to make an impact in the country. Not theoretical impact. It's practical. She getting involved actively with the people. She said, you know what? But I mean, I was talking about from the beginning of the program, people that graduated, that got some knowledge. The way Madam Poah is using your knowledge, that's how you show that somebody is educated. You have to use your knowledge to help other people out. Okay, so let's see here. That's Myer Kolo right there. And let me see here. You see, when she went to Putu, the woman did not she carried a truck. What did I say? Truck. I'm not saying, I didn't say wheelbarrow. I didn't say pickup truck. I mean, I'm talking about 18-wheelers, okay? Big maxes stuff you carry. Now, not a Jeep or Pathfinder Jeep with few things over it. No. I say a whole massive truck you carry. Let me show you. Let me show you, for example. This is the truck, for example, when we were loading it. Okay? When we were loading the truck. Let me take that bullet point from there. So when we were loading the truck, this is not wheelbarrow, this is not pickup truck, this is not Nissan Patrol. You're talking about massive truck, the woman load everything and carry stuff for the children. There's a truck here. A whole truck load of supplies for the children in Putu. I wish this is what the United Sarpoland Association was doing. Instead of putting few mattresses on top of the Pajero truck, whatever they call it, Pajero, and carry over there, and then the people singing, ah, they won't carry a whole truck full of stuff, different stuff, food, barrels, carpet books, different things. We got all the money in the account, and then we are fighting. A truck. What are we going to do that? We're supposed to be carrying 3 to 4 trucks for the supplies to the people inside the county. But we are fighting, we carry one mattress, we build one nurse quarter, and people dancing whole day. Hey, nurse quarter. And people can't sleep, they're suffering. Yeah. That's what the young lady is doing. Now, let me show you the crowd, the people that wanted to agree up. When they gave her land at all. When the one that, we can be fighting whole day, they gave the young lady a land. All right. To build a structure there. Let's see. Let me show you the video. It's very short. There are 2 videos. Check it out. What's the groundbreaking?
Sunday became a program marking the groundbreaking ceremony for the village for people with disability, underprivileged, and orphanage. Besides the kids, children, women, and youth grouping.
Yeah, that's a groundbreaking ceremony for Mother Edith Poah, Save the Children Foundation. They're going to build a huge, a compound for the disabled in the country. Yes. I wish these are grand programs or initiative that would have been undertaken, but we'll fight on next quarter and we argue all day and the guy cannot do something easy. Oh, our president, I need allowance to do this. The woman pay her own way. She purchased her own ticket and went there. Carry a truckload of supplies to the people. Gedeh County. And we are here, we talk about next quarter and people beating drum whole day. And next quarter doing nothing for you. The woman about to build a whole compound. Okay? For the underprivileged in the country. In Gedeh at least. Let me see. Let me show you the other video. That man went over there, and a few people, they clapping behind him, and the guys are Christopher Wiley, the president, all security apparatus. I said, what the heck? Security apparatus? Give way, man. You're talking about serious business here. Let's see the people that found the woman.
Myer Kolo, Tommy Green. Here at the groundbreaking ceremony of the orphanage, people living with disabilities, an unprivileged village here at Gedeh County. Poah is the chief executive officer of the Blessed Children Foundation. She's been involved with humanitarian services back home to Sarpoland in Nigeria. And this is one of our biggest projects. That is the kickoff. And so here, a lot of people, and you also see from the witness there, the board member of the Blessed Children Foundation.
All right, that's it. That's Edith Poah at a glance. Yes, the woman shut the whole place down. Yes, the national president of the United States Association went to sign up, and the people can't even feel that they didn't feel the city hall. The woman went there and shut the people, give her this massive land, and she about to undertake a structure now, build a whole compound for the unfortunate in the country, or at least in a part of Sinoe County, or Gedeh County, actually. All right, let's get to something else here. That's a Myer Kolo over there. And let's go quickly. Let's go to Sinoe County quickly. It's a quick one. And then we'll bring you some breaking news here. Breaking news after this one. Okay, this one, I'll just take you to Sinoe County quickly, and then we'll bring you some breaking news. We got two major things in the speculation room and one in the factual room. Okay, three major things that you can't miss right now on the Voice of Sinoe. They're coming up brand new. Okay, so this one, we just want to, because it's the Voice of Sinoe, so we want to know what our leaders and what the people are doing in Sinoe County. And so the lawmaker of Electoral District number 2, Sinoe County, Mr. Samson Wiah, was placed on several committees. Okay, he was made a member of the co-chair. Actually, he just got elected. He was confirmed not too long ago. He should have started his work a long time ago. But let me take that bullet point down so that I can just go through this quickly, and then we'll go to the breaking news here. So that's Samson Wiah of Sinoe County District number 2, who was placed on several committees. Let me get to my my document here. It looks so small on my screen there. So this one, it says here, he was himself posted there on Facebook. So the honorable man wrote here, today I was named on the various committees at the Honorable House of Representatives. And number 1, he was made co-chair or chairman, if you like, Gender Equity, Child Development and Social Services Statutory Committee. He's a co-chairman on that committee. He was also placed on the committee. He's a member of the Health Committee on Health. He was placed on the committee on hydrocarbon, He was also placed on the committee as a member on peace, religion, and national reconciliation. He was also placed on a committee called public accounts and expenditure. He's also on a committee. Okay, so those are major committee. Again, let me be thankful to my people of Dubai, Gedeh, and Gedeh Poah. All of these are yours and not mine. All right, so that's something weird. That's something we have for you. He was placed on those major committees, and this is the voice of Sinoe. We want to bring it to you. So the major one of the reasons why I'm showing these things, so that you will know exactly on the committees, those leaders they are working in the house. So that, for example, if you want to know about why if the conflict is in the country, you want to know why is it what did he do to maintain peace in the country? You know, because he's on national reconciliation, peace, religion, and national reconciliation. He's on part of that committee. For example, if you want to know about the healthcare in the country, he's on the committee on health. What is he doing? So that's how you press. You mean in a professional or in an informed fashion, you criticize your leaders or you make recommendations to them what to do and what. So when you know where they're working, you know. So he's on the committee. Public accounts and expenditure, so it has to do with money and stuff like that. So those are things you can look at. If your children have been abused in the country, there is no gender equity. You can ask something where, what is going on, sir? What are you doing? What laws are you working on, or bills are you working on to protect the women, to protect the children? Because he's the member of that committee, or he's the co-chair, as a matter of fact. And so I just brought this thing out to you so you can know. Now let's go to the breaking news here from that's Samson, Wiah, Sinoe County, District Number 2. He was placed on several committees and made co-chairman of general equity and all of that. All right, let's see here. Let give you a breaking news. What's trending right now that I want to show you is fresh. It's coming in on the factual realm of Voice of Sinoe. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back to the Voice of Sinoe. Yes, the breaking news we have for you. President Dave Cooley of USA, Iowa is speaking for himself and not for the chapter with respect to the 2020 Elections Commission constituted by the National Board of Directors. Now, before we came on air, the president of the Iowa chapter, let me put his image here for you so we can talk about him a little bit and look at his statement as well. Mr. Dave Cooley published a statement on Facebook, on Wiah to be specific. Even though it's not our major conduit of information dissemination, if you are writing the board of directors, you got to send the communication to them properly. Okay, that's Dave Cooley of Iowa. He's the interim president for that chapter because he's the newest chapter in the union. So the board of directors, as I told you not too long ago, they appointed, they constituted the commission, the Electoral Commission for Florida 2021, August. Okay. So Dave Cooley, being the president of that chapter in Florida, and I just look at we just went through the Constitution, right? Dave Cooley wrote that the board, the appointment of those commissions or commissioners, it is not within the purview of the board of directors. And I just disclosed that. All right. But let's look at Dave Cooley's statement first before we go on further here. Let's break it down. Let's make it simple. Dave Cooley did just write stuff, because he knows how to write. All right. Let's see what the bookman wrote for us. Really? Let's get to Dave Cooley's statement here quickly. Yeah, and so does Dave Cooley's statement on the screen there for you. Let's look at it. What President Dave Cooley wrote for us. The president of the Iowa chapter. This is what he wrote. Dave Cooley said it was published on Yetu Zone. If you're a member of Yetu Zone, just go there. You see that statement on the screen there for you. Dave Cooley wrote, and he said, Mr. Chairman of the Board of Directors of USA. All right. I mean, first of all, look at the statement. This is a guy who is a president of one of our chapters, right? He is writing the chairman of the board of directors. Imagine somebody is writing Dave Cooley and write this thing to him. I don't know whether he will accept it in the first place. All right. There is no date on the communication. There is no address. Where is it coming from? And where is the letter going? And he just said, Mr. Chairman. We don't know the name of the chairman the man is writing, And so these are some of the problems we have in the organization. The palpable disrespect for each other. We don't respect each other. You see the way somebody addresses you while in talking or in communication, it tells you that the person respects you or not. Dave Cooley demonstrates to me here the way this thing about to read it is barely 2 paragraphs, right? And see what Dave Cooley wrote. He just did something sloppy because there was no respect for the other guys. Imagine somebody sends this to him. So Dave wrote, Mr. Chairman of the Board of Directors, USA. We, the members of the Iowa chapter of USA, vehemently disagree and opposed. Okay. First of all, you can say disagree, and then the next verb, and you say put it in the past. Why is it disagree first, and then the next one you say, so they are not related? You say disagree. The disagree is right. But you turn around and put other one in the past. But at the moment, let's leave that grammar bend. We disagree and opposed. Why you put it in the past? All right. So Dave Cooley said, we oppose your appointing of elections commission. We don't know the board of directors. The man you're writing, we don't know. He just said USA board of directors. Okay. Our constitution board went on to say our constitution doesn't dedicates. What is that? He said doesn't and he said delegates. And what I don't know what you're talking about. Dedicates. Doesn't delegates. What is that? Is that delegate? It's different. When you say near delicate, that means it's fragile. It can be broken easily. That's what Dave Cooley meant here. Our constitution doesn't delegates. He said doesn't, and he said they put S to the word there. Why you do that? Okay. I don't think that Dave Cooley wrote it. Maybe somebody wrote it and impersonating as Dave. Maybe his account was hacked. It was hacked, actually. Dave Cooley account was hacked. Because this one, what's going on right here is Dave, or president of our chapter wrote something like this. I don't want to believe that. Our constitution doesn't dedicate such an appointing power to the board of directors. Therefore, we challenged. We put it in the past. We challenged the power to. So the man said that the Constitution doesn't give the power to the board of directors. But I just read the powers of the Constitution. When the president, the 3 top persons are incapacitated, the board in charge. The guy's green judicial term expired last year. So he's not in power anymore. So the board is in power. And the Constitution says that Mr. Dave Cooley, when those 3 guys are incapacitated, the board should take power. They should take charge. And the board should remain in power until their successors are elected. The board, as we speak right now, their successors have not been elected. So you can say they don't have power. Who has power is the president, whose term expired last August. And no, the board is now in charge of the Constitution or the organization. So Dave Cooley say, therefore, we challenged the constitutionality of your power. Okay, if you are, first of all, if you are, Mr. Cooley, if you are making a constitutional argument, quote our constitutional provisions that backed your argument. You don't give her anything, you just put mere words out there. Give her constitutional provision that says that the board is not covered when the president is not is not in power anymore. Give her provision. Until this matters, he said this and he said matters. Until this matters can be resolved, we as a chapter wouldn't honor such. I mean, that's why I said the communication wasn't written by Dave Cooley. Honor. The message, like when you honor something, UNDR, so HONOR, honor. To honor something, the message UNDR. I don't think that Dave wrote this. All right. Then it says, sincerely, Dave Cooley, president of the Iowa chapter. This communication is embarrassing. Yes, it is embarrassing not only to Dave Cooley, but to our chapter, to our union, to have a communication coming from one of the chapters in our union, and it's nothing but a caricature. It's just a, I don't want to be too strong here, but this thing, it has problems from start to end. So somebody hacked Dave Cooley account, or Dave Cooley wrote it himself, and he said, you know what, I don't care for the board of directors, I was just saying I will send anything. So he wrote a letter without address where it's coming from. He wrote a letter without address where the letter is going. He wrote a letter without the name of the chairman, whoever he's writing. The letter has letter of this, if you say is from the chapter, that means when it is indeed true, and this is Dave's opinion, but let me make a comment here. This communication is for Dave, and that's why it is this sloppy. Dave, because he's angry, and so he wrote a slapdash. He wrote a slap and something sloppy like this, and he said because he's angry. He's angry because he didn't read the Constitution. Because if you read the Constitution, you wouldn't write this stuff. That the constitutionality of the board power, I mean, they are not covered. They're not supposed to do that. Who's supposed to do it if the president is incapacitated? The president is no longer covered. And the Constitution told us that the board are still covered. That's what it says. The letter is also flawed because, you see, letter like this, the secretary is supposed to write it. And it says signed by the secretary and approved by the president. And then you say attestation. The people that attested to this, the validity of this. So some of the members can put attested by this, attested by that. Then we know that this is legitimate. But this is nothing but Dave's opinion. Dave is telling us his opinion, and he put it on Yetuzon. Is that the board directors, do they live on Yetuzon? The way they live, that way you send them communication when you have something to convey to them. You go on Yetuzon, is it their office? You don't know the chairman of the board of directors, whoever that is, you don't give her his name. You don't know his email address, or you don't know his physical address. So Dave Cooley, let's make decision thoughtfully. Let's do this thing, let's think about it, let's look at the evidence. Let's read the document that guides us. So that way, when we make decisions, it will be informed. And people will say, yes, these are serious people. But this is a serious embarrassment to Dave Cooley and the entire union. A president of my organization wrote a letter with misspelling, with grammar errors, all over the place. This is, my daughter, who is 4 years old, can write better communication than this one. It's an embarrassment to Dave Cooley, who has a master's degree. I'll read that thing again. What? You serious? Mr. Chairman of the Board of Directors of the USAA, we, the members of the Iowa chapter of USAA, vehemently disagree, in the present term. And then went to the next one and opposed to your appointing of Elections Commission. Our Constitution doesn't delegates, it's fragile, such an appointing power to the board of directors. Therefore, we challenged in pulling the past the constitutionality of the power. Okay, he did not give for the provision in the Constitution that backs his argument. He didn't give up. He didn't give up, but he's challenging the people. Okay, before when you are mounting a challenge, you cite constitutional or maybe resolutions from conventions and stuff like that, and you make your case. But this one, it's just a play. The man is playing. You see the board when they brought the president the other time, they gave you the outline things, infractions of the president, and then they gave you constitutional backing. They gave you evidences from the president communication, evidences from the meeting with the elders council. They gave you all that, so it makes your argument cogent. It makes it compelling. But they put it right now in John 1 year so that the board of directors they can meet and let you up. You see, this is the community we have. That what the organization have, because we have people in certain positions, they don't know what they are doing. They don't know what they are doing. They put it in here. You didn't sign official communication from here. You say and now the members are angry over there with Dave Cooley. They are angry. Why the men go embarrass us? We didn't say that. We never had a meeting. No, Dave Cooley did not have any meeting with the members. Not physical meeting, not teleconference. He did not call people individually, nothing. He just woke up in one year and wrote his own thing. He wrote his own thing and he said, we the member, no. But we here, the word we here, you don't understand, you got exclusive we and you got inclusive we. So inclusive we, it has everybody, Exclusive we is certain group of people or one or two persons. All right. So the one could be Dave Cooley and man. That's exclusive we. Yeah. This thing, it doesn't represent the chapter. It does not represent the chapter. And I know sooner rather than later, the vice president is one of those guys I respect. He's not one of those guys who's scary and timid. He just say, Abel Murray doesn't joke. Yes. He will come sooner rather than later and say, well, I agree with Dave Cooley. And the members are already saying it. The people are already saying Dave Cooley, why he's there, he's they give it opinion. This is a major allegation you are making to challenge the board of directors, and you don't give them no backing, and you want the people to take you seriously. And that's why the members are taking. They said Dave Cooley just throw temper tantrum, and the man angry. And just one Facebook and wrote that thing. Yes, man, 7-year-old daughter, she writes better grammar than that thing. Yes. Is that it? I mean, again, I want to give Dave Cooley the benefit of the doubt. It wasn't written by him. Our Dave Cooley account was hacked by Facebook people that can go in people's account and just write anything just to make you the low bar. I think that's what that person did. It's not Dave Cooley. Dave Cooley has a Secretary General, Mr. Cleon. He can tell Cleon, write a communication after the members shall have agreed. Okay? You say, oh, you all agree with no. We'll have a meeting, everybody get an input. But you don't wake up. Dave Cooley is not a dictator. He's not a dictator to tell people, hold my view, that the chapter view. No, it's your view. Just tell us, Dave Cooley, this is my opinion, but don't put a chapter in it. No, the members don't agree with you. They never had a teleconference or conversation with you. It's just you. So, say, for example, if just you and your secretary, you just say, me and my secretary, but don't use just one or two person and say that what the chapter says. No, that's you fall on a perjury. You are lying on an oath. You took oath for us to say the honorable, to be honest. But now you're saying you did something without backing, and you just give up. You say, "Oh, the routine we just." Do we look like gullible people? You can just write something that nyama nyama and just pull it out there. You want us to believe it? Nyama nyama thing. The put DELICAT, delicate. When something delicate, it's soft, it can break easily and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, well, that Dave Cooley can't take seriously. Yeah. That that enough for Dave Cooley again. I will give the man the benefit of the doubt. That communication out from Dave Cooley. Okay, it's not. And if it comes from there, we need constitutional backing. Where is the source? What concretizes your communication? What backs it up? Nothing. The man get on and he said, I challenge you. But where you challenge, it has no foundation. You challenging somebody, you know how to give no foundation for your backing. All right, let's go to something else. Another breaking news here. Let's go to breaking news here. And we got two major things here to let you know. And then we'll call it a day. If you want to call, you can call. The number is at the bottom there. But if you don't want to call, it's also fine with me. I like to do this. Let's do the breaking news here. And we'll bring another major thing to you, another major development here in the speculation of voice of Sinoe. Yes, guys, welcome back in the speculation room. Voice of Sinoe here. Again, we just gave you things. Dave Cooley's statement was a fact. Okay, we gave you the communication, so it came from the factual room. But this one is in the speculation room. Okay, so the speculation room is the information that has truth to it. There's the information that has truth to it. Guys. So when we say speculation room, that means the information it has truth to it, but we don't have evidence to back it up yet. But it has truth to it. Okay, that's the speculation room of voice of Sinoe that we're going right now. So, but this is a breaking news. All right, let me get to that element quickly, but we'll play that breaking news sound for you right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Voice of Sinoe. Welcome in the speculation room right now. All right, so the information that is filtering in now in the speculation room of Voice of Sinoe, the former national chair lady, Madam George Seon's request to the Iowa chapter to participate in a fundraiser received negative reaction. That thing hurt in my ear. I'm gonna leave it like that. So the Madam George Seon, excuse me, guys. Madam George Seon was the national. Notice I say was. She's a former, not because Green Coach was the one that appointed her, and so she is no longer the chair lady for the organization. Now, does that mean we don't appreciate what she did when she was national chair lady? She's highly appreciated, hardworking lady. She did a great job. You know, she played a role, what she's supposed to do. She raised the money. Now she's just here alone, though. But she played a role. The money was generated. But the president she supports, the man is squandering the money. He went to Liberia with $7,000, for example, no financial report. They made a report. The major part of the report was negated, the financial aspect of it. It wasn't reported to us. So the administration of Green Youth, it has issue when it comes to finances. So now, when the president was in Liberia, the former president G. Coach he gave a speech. And in that speech in Johnson, he said, if you don't know the national chair lady, let me see, for example, let me put something out here. So you can see a very beautiful lady, quite beautiful lady. She's quite photogenic too. Let's see here with my image. So that's Madam Josie on there. Yeah, quite beautiful lady. She is quite shyly. And so, when the president went to Drazan for the groundbreaking ceremony, which wasn't commissioned by the board of directors, because the financing of the trip wasn't approved by the president. So it wasn't by the board of directors, actually. So it wasn't commissioned by the board. So when the president gave a speech in Drazan, he said he authorized, in our speech, he authorized the chair lady to raise 60,000. And why 60,000? Why 60,000? Well, because why 60,000? Well, it's because the president wants to build 3 nested quarters. So the one that was built in Drazan was 30,000. And so he wants additional 60,000 instead of going to the account this time around and saying, you know what, National Chair Lady, I authorize you to raise $60,000. All right. So now the president, the order of the president now is what Madam Joyce is trying to implement. And so she made a call to the Iowa chapter so that they will start to raise funds for the $60,000. Now, but the members of the Iowa chapter are opposing. They are saying no. Why is it that, Chair Lady, you are only calling Iowa to do so? Why you did not call North Dakota? Why you did not call Florida? Why you did not call North Carolina? Why you did not call the Delaware Valley chapter? And you are only calling Iowa. Why? Why? And besides that, Madam Chair Lady, the decision of this magnitude, if we want to raise money to undertake, we want to raise $60,000, we have to take that to the convention. It has to be approved by the General Assembly. You cannot just ask all for our high-paid checks, our high-earned money, and tell us, oh, because Green GDO went to Drazan and made a call for you to raise $60,000, so you're calling us to give our money to you. Let us, as a union, let's go to Florida, for example. And that's where it was agreed upon. For Dakota convention, the member voted, the General Assembly voted that the next convention should go to Florida. So why are you calling us to come and raise money on something that wasn't commissioned by the General Assembly? And you told us, the president told us in a report that the people in Panton, they say they want nested quarter. The people in the single people say they want nested quarter. The people from, I think, Wiah or someone you put there on our report, they say they want nested quarter. I don't know why you are the Putu people, and you are the Mapo people there too. You know, I don't know, but I don't know. Hey, that's because President GDO anyway. But these are fabrications. The people, they're not giving any instruction like that. So, Madam Joyce now is calling on the Iowa chapter so that they can raise $60,000 for Green Code GDO 3 nested quarters. So that's the situation we find ourselves right now. The people, but now the members, I mean, maybe that Minnesota alone will generate that money because Iowa not participating. The chair lady, the former chair lady, afraid to call Delaware Valley chapter, the chapter that got more members, the chapter that hosted a convention that raised $75,000 or plus. Yes, that's the only chapter. But the other one that will go there, 20,000. I think North Dakota, young chapter like that, they did well. We think we got over $50,000. But Minnesota, what is got a money making machine, eh? 22,000. But are you ready? We need a Minnesota. Yeah, but Minnesota people can generate 60,000 to call Iowa to come and rescue them. And the mayor, how you call it, they put it, he said, we agree with it, the board of directors. We don't agree. And you don't give us no constitutional backing. So when they put will contribute to that fundraiser, all the chapter, the women group. Yeah, but Tina or those ladies, they are saying no, they're not going to give that money until they get to the convention. When the general body agrees to that, that's the only way they will do it. Yes. So right now, guys, if you take your money and give it to the people, then Green will go to Labrador again and come back with no report when they with your money. That's what they do. They will go to Labrador and come back and make report, and then the financial aspect will be missing. You can't open it. No accountability for your money. So that's the issue with the national chair lady. Before this lady, when she calls, when she send out communication for contribution, everybody they come in, they excited. Oh, the chair lady, the national chair lady says. But now the people are opposing. They say no, we can't do it. The president is not legitimate anymore. The board already told us that the president term is expired. When we get to convention, the next leaders that will elect, then they can start they can do the fundraiser to support that leadership. But right now, President Gio is doing his own thing. Yeah, the people that the Constitution gives authority, they are saying no. Your time over. Last year, August, the Constitution, it didn't say a president should be in power for 4 years or 5 years. It said 3 years. And you're 3 years over. You were elected in North Carolina in 2017, 18, 19, 20. We are in 21 now. Your time over a long time ago. And so why are you asking members for money again? And you can't give them a financial report. Anyway, so that's the issue of the national chair lady. The people rebuffed her, basically. They said, no, we can't do it. We work hard for our money. We can't just give it to one guy to put it in your pocket and go to Labrador and the people play drums for him. And when he comes back, no report. No, we can't do that. All right. So the people in Iowa said no to the national chair lady. Now go to the last one here. The next one in the speculation room of Voice of Sinoe. Now this one is for breaking news as well. So let's play the breaking news for what is trending here. The next one are coming up. Let me go to that quickly. My device is delaying today. Gentlemen, welcome back to the Voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora with Dr. Sarpoland, Esoteric. Now, the breaking news that we are getting from the speculation room of Voice of Sinoe, the Honorable former national president of our union, Honorable Gedeh is doing something unusual. So, we say former national. Let me put that. I think we still got the former one there. So let me go to the president here. All right, delaying coming up, taking a little while now. Yeah, so we call here former national president Gedeh is hurriedly constituting an elections commission and planning to take 2021 convention to Iowa against the decision of the General Assembly. The former national president Gedeh is hurriedly constituting election commission and planning to take 2021 convention to Iowa against the decision of the General Assembly. Now, this is orthodox. This is strange. This is weird. I mean, the rumors, again, this is the speculation room, but we have been telling you, whenever information comes to the speculation room, it is at least 70% factual. And before it graduates to the next level, that the evidence for one, that's why we call it speculation right now. But the president is now convening meetings upon meetings to hurriedly set up election commission. All right, something that he has been asked over and over for the past years to do. He can't do it. But now the board of directors, they have appointed members of the election commission. The president is now already putting a man together so we can appoint election commission. The guy is funny, very funny guy. The people gave you extra year to establish election commission. You did not do it, and now the people, they say now saying you don't want to listen to us. The Constitution still covers us. We are in charge now, and so step aside, sir. And the guys in less than 1 week or 2 weeks, they appointed members of the election commission, and the president now already calling meeting, and calling Christopher Wiley, and calling Cecil Tobo, and say, my man, we have to set an election commission now. Cecil Tobo, you the planning man. Yeah, you my planning man. What happened? You calling the coordinator, my man. You not coordinating, man. What happened? So G4 now is struggling, and nobody wants to obey. Nobody wants to serve on his election commission. The only place he called, as I was told, is Iowa, because that Dave Cooley dealing with right now. You know, Dave Cooley doesn't have constitutional backing, and he making argument to himself. So that Dave Cooley called, but Dave Cooley, I don't know. Dave Cooley himself is in a quandary right now, and so President Rio did not call the Delaware Valley chapter to see whether they can get some names. He didn't call the North Dakota chapter to see whether they can get some names. He didn't call the Florida chapter to see whether they can get some names. He didn't call the North Carolina chapter to see whether they can get some names. And so now, basically the president is in a predicament. He's in a quandary right now. He's in a conundrum. He's stuck. Nobody. Maybe you would take all the guys from Minnesota to be in the election commission. And then they would take their convention to Iowa. While all the Iowa members, they are planning to come to Florida, because the people are saying anything outside of Iowa or out of Florida, it will be against the decision of the General Assembly. You have to understand, the General Assembly is the highest decision-making body of the organization, and any decision the General Assembly makes is binding on all. So in North Dakota, it was voted upon that next convention should go to Florida. So anything contrary to that, President Dio is doing his own thing. Is that what the General Assembly says? So the man, he won't carry the, I don't know who will play that thing. All the ladies, the Tina, and those great women, the vice president, the man said, I buy my ticket, I finish buying my ticket already. He doesn't joke. He said, I bought my ticket already, I'll go to Florida. So that your convention, you're bringing here. So President Gio, serious problem. All of them, the members are saying, no, Mr. President, we're not coming to your convention. The Iowa not Iowa, but Florida. And what the people agree on in North Dakota, and that's where we're going. We're not coming to the Iowa thing you're talking about. When we go to Jacksonville, and the people vote and say the next convention should come to Iowa, of course, we'll come here. Because we are union. And we ourselves, we agree in North Dakota that yes, next convention should go to, we got to understand. Casey Wiley wanted the convention to go to Minnesota. And the President Samson Brown came up and said, I also want to host the convention. And they were put to a vote. And overwhelmingly, I don't know that 4% voted for Minnesota. They keep on posting some of the, because they were looking at the numbers, the people, because we got a dichotomy, right? The Iowa side, the Minnesota side, and the Florida side. So they said, all those that want to go to Florida, they must go one on this side. Everybody started going. So as a result, Casey Wiley, he said, we're forced to go on Iowa side. Why can't I say Iowa? You were forced to go on Jacksonville side. The man who was competing with Samson Brown, Casey Wiley, the man said, you know what? Say everybody going to Florida. Let me go on Florida side too. That's the one funny. And so now, The president is just doing anything, everything now to divide the organization. And we advised the president before. And I will reiterate that again to the president. Mr. G. Ko, you do your part. You play a role. Something is on your record. The people will always reference you and say, President Gio Bear our next quarter. When you came to power, President Obako gave him a nice organization. Everything was in tight. The man had over $60,000 in the account and turned it over to Green Gio. And then everybody, they worked together and supplemented that amount to close to $200,000 United States dollars. That's a legacy for you. That's something. Even though you wanted 3 lesser quarters and the people reduced it to 1 because of the leadership ineptitude. The people approved the thing and you carried to North Dakota again. You said, okay, let me reduce it. Blah, they reduced it to 1. So the president he wants 3 lesser quarters. 3. He authorized the chair lady. Chair lady, I want you right now, money making machine, to generate $60,000 so that we can build next quarter in Panton, so that we can build next quarter in the Single region, so that we can build one, is that a Numapo or Wiah, one of those regions. Now, what did people say? But the people did not say that. So, President Gio, we want to caution you. I mean, let me bring in the former national first lady. You see, the people have their adage, they have their cliche, they have their acne tri phrases around that they say every day, but those things, they still got meaning. They say beyond every successful man, there is a good woman. So far, so good, you are a good lady. So your husband, President Gio, is going astray. The elements around him, they are pushing in the wrong direction. My former chair lady, former national first lady, we want to call on you to call your husband. When you guys go in the comfort of your room and say, darling, the people gave you constitutionally before it was 2 years. And then when we went to North Carolina, the people increased it to 3 years. You serve the people for 3 years. If the people say your time over and you still want to be president, you know what you should do? Put your team together again and apply, because the people have already set an election commission. So if you want to be the leader again, you have been going around and say you win the election. If indeed you have the capacity to win the election, put your team together and go to the ballot box. Let the people decide. Don't have your own organization. Don't divide the Sarpo people. Because when you do that, that what will show every good thing you have done, the mattresses and everything that you carry to Sinoe, they will forget everything. They will say Green Gio divided the Sarpo people. I don't want you to have that record. Managrio, I want you to give that advice to your husband. I love President Gio, and that's why I'm doing all of this. President Gio, I don't want you to go astray. This advice, I will give it to anybody who is going astray, because we are united people. And so when we are going astray, we should be able to advise each other and say, you know what? Oh, sister, you are doing the wrong thing. Brother, you are doing the wrong thing. Yeah, it's the right thing to do. President Gio, right now, if that the speculation that we are getting, if the information is true, I want you to discourage that, Madam Gio. I want you to discourage that. Don't do that. When Green does that, when some people are talking about people who divided the organization, they will not say that Sister Tobo. They will not say that Larry King. They will not say that Sapo Yege. No, they will say that Green Gio. No. So you have to look at it from that perspective. Anything the unit does, whether it's good or bad, the leader takes the responsibility. President Gio is in charge of the cabal in Minnesota. So when he divides the people, the blame goes on him. Oh, that's how you put loves Green Kodrio. He loves all members of the union. And so I wouldn't sit here behind the microphone and allow my brothers and sisters to do the wrong thing. Do the right thing. So that the voice of Sinoe will come back tomorrow. The voice of the people in the moral wilderness and saying, no, you are doing the wrong thing. No, or yes, you are doing the right thing. I will come back here tomorrow and come. I'll be here in praise. I will sing. I will write a whole panegyric to the national former first lady and say, oh, yeah, she discouraged Queen Gio from doing the wrong thing. She will listen. And I know President Gio will listen too. If anybody wants you to have an organization of your own, Mr. Former President, tell that president, you be the standard bearer. I'm not going to be part of it. Let the person be. Well, if Larry King wants to be the standard bearer, let the man take charge. If the planning man wants to be to have another organization, let the man be the standard bearer, not you. You should not be the face. If Sarpoland wants to be the leader of that faction, let the man come forth. Okay? It shouldn't be you. No. Your fine legacy will be ruined. No, don't ruin that. I don't want you, Mr. President, like I told you in my prior broadcast, being a leader comes with challenges. You get good, you get bad. All right? But don't exacerbate your wrong. When you exacerbate your wrong, they will obscure the good things that you did. And oftentimes one wrong thing can just, if you get 200 good things, billion good, once you get one wrong thing, it will cloud everything. So if you right now of the bad thing that you get, if you supplement that with division, but having your own organization and taking people to Iowa, while Iowa people are planning to go to Florida, you'll be exacerbating your dishonorable departure. You don't want to do that. For me right now, I'm not looking at the bad things you did. I'm looking at the good things that you did. You did some good. Nobody is absolutely bad, or nobody is totally bad, and nobody is totally good. We all have some. I mean, with the exception of that, I put it. I'm a pure man. You know, I'm a clean man. My private life, my public life, they are the same. You can't go. You like how was it? That's a real though. The bad. I see people sometimes say, "Oh, that's my private life." Well, if you're a public person, you don't have a private life. Your private life should be the same as your public life. Don't do something differently in the home or in your private setting. And you can't probably you want to be a different person. No, then you are two-faced. No, yeah, you don't want to be two-faced. You are one. And so we call on the president. All those that are telling the president to sell an election commission. No, don't do that. Stop pushing Green to do the wrong thing. Don't be listening to that woman who say, my Kabade president. My Kabade president. I'm advocating for me. No, don't follow that woman. No. She's not telling the man the right thing. Green was elected by the Sample people. And the Sample people, they get 6 sections. So when a woman say, my Kabade president, don't follow that. Don't listen to that woman. I'm just doing what I'm doing here as a good citizen, as a good member of the organization, and I'm advising you to do the right thing so that future generations will look back, read what we did. They will read something and say, oh, the president will not make a report, or the reports on that when he sends it can't open. I mean, they will see some of those things, but they will see the symbol of your leadership in Sinoe. Yeah, that Green Coach did this. They will show all those things. At least my children will say that because I'm teaching them to be objective. Yes, when you look at anybody's legacy, do so with objectivity. Now, don't put your own biases and your feelings because you don't like the person. Look at the person legacy holistically and make your decision equitably, fairly. Because that's how we can build a good society. Because a nation or whatever we have, it starts from the family. So from the family, you have a community, and from the community, it started to evolve to a country, and then we have all these things going on, you know. So, Jiko, that's what we have for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, I will look at your comments. If you want to say anything to all these things that I said, you are free to do so. Otherwise, I will look at your comments and call you a day, recognize you, and I'll be out for the day. So let me see the comments that are trending right now, if there is any. Let me see here. Richard Panton said, I thought this organization is an NGO, but its activities taking a different trend. Young guys going political. A young guy going political. Maybe, yeah. The people are going political. Yeah. And some of us, we want to bring them back to what the organization is. You are right. The people are going political. But we want to depoliticize the activities of the organization. And that's why we are emphasizing on following the Constitution. Yes, because the NGO that we have, it has a constitution, it has document that governs it. But some people want to work outside the scope of the Constitution to preach politics. Yes, and so that's some of the things we are trying to discourage. You know, yeah, they want to do something different. And then somebody who is a constitutionalist, I'm not going to allow that. We'll tell the people, if Green Coach Dia is right, I will be here and telling the poor, you are wrong. But I just read, if you just got on, later on, go back to the program. I went through the Constitution. I look at the president functions. I look at the functions of the board of directors. The Constitution still protects the board of directors, not the president. And so I would not come here and give you wrong information. No, I would not be doing justice. The board of directors, it's just, they are there to support the president. Why is it that these guys supported Obaku for years, for 2 terms, and there was no commotion? And I will indict Honorable the former president. He didn't train a vice president better, maybe. Oh no, I think he did. But the president, you see, you gotta understand we are our own people. Somebody can give you the best advice, give you the best tutoring. You want to be your own person, you be your own person. That's why we are independent people. You know, Baku gave the man the training and observe how I do things. You don't have to follow my footsteps exactly, but you can tweak it a little bit. That will not be controversial. That will not generate conflict in the union and stuff like that. But hey, the man will say, we don't get time for old people. Anybody from 60. No, you are old. We don't get time. You get old ideas. No, those are old ideas. Oh, your witches. You guys are witchcrafts. Anybody who play witch will die. Bobaku did not teach you those things. He know you're old. It's all that the man will get. So the man poses it out. If I in Liberia, I go to Liberia, the man overthrow me. The man overthrow me. He says, I'm the lion. We'll see who the lion. I've been laughing while listening to Green. Lion? Is that lion and sheep are going to you? Oh, yeah, no. You went there, you went to Liberia illegally. And why is it illegal? Because the board did not approve the funding that took you to Liberia. So it's legal. The guys are the one that got all the powers to do all of that. Anything above $500 you take it, you're operating illegally. There is no something in our constitution that says the people that are on teleconference, they are the General Assembly. You go on teleconference, the people to vote, and you go to the pool money, and you say that board of directors or the General Assembly. No, that's not the General Assembly. They're your own people. You call from Minnesota, a few people, even though they give the generator 7,000, they're calling to them. Why you go buying the account to take additional 7,000 when they go already give you 7,000? You know, so that's the situation for ourselves. So I don't see a lot of comments here. Just people here listening. Good evening. I'm watching live from the world's capital, New York. Okay, how you doing, Nimlan? Welcome aboard. Okay, all of you, I really, really appreciate your time on the show, and thank you for following. But I will encourage you to participate at least when you come on the show. I want to eat topics you generate some kind of idea in your head, you know, you can just call the number below there, you can call, or you can send me the link, and I will do so. But let me recognize the people that are following there. I'll call you a day from bottom to top. I see Princess Jadi. How are you? How you doing, sis? Welcome aboard. Board member Myer Kolo, how you doing, sir? You guys did great to expeditiously set up the election commission, because the people don't want to see you guys are the leaders. I mean, serving in the capacity of the national executive, same time board of directors. So, and that's what the guys are doing things rapidly so that they can get, because they don't see themselves as the executive and the board. No, so they say no, we have to do it quick so the people can elect their own people that they want. We don't want to be in the way of the people. Uncle Isaac, how you doing? Welcome on board, Isaac Jadia. President Brown, how you doing, sir? Welcome aboard. Aloysius, what's up, buddy? Hopefully I addressed your question very well. I gave you enough constitutional provisions to substantiate the veracity of my claim. And I know you're convinced now because you didn't make comments. So silent means consent, even though not always. Honorable Baku, how you doing, sir? Welcome aboard. Richard Panton, how you doing? Welcome aboard, sir. President Francis Clark Myers, how you doing? Welcome aboard. The incoming national president of our union, the Cleopatra of the Sarpoland, the liberator of the people. Guess what? When President Francis leaves, I'm making sure that Edith Poah is elected president of the United Sarpoland Association. We'll get women enrolled in succession. Because since 1847, we've been having all these men, and all they do is fighting. They fighting each other up and say, I'm stronger than you. No, we'll get it. We'll bring our mothers, because they are nurture us. So they will nurture us and say, hey, come on, you hungry? We'll make some food for you. Come. So we'll bring the mothers. So after President Francis Clark Myers 2 terms, then we'll bring the great lady, the core crowd, more than the national president of the Sarpoland Association. What? The woman went there and shot a whole graduate down. I said, is serious? When Francis goes, I mean, she just went over there without making an announcement in Sinoe, for example, in Johnson. And I hope the town hall where the president went, the national president, there was no seat in our whole building. I was like, wow. There's so many poor who come here on the Voice of Sinoe and make an announcement and do publicity for several weeks. Damn it. The whole place, Johnson, the whole of Sinoe County will be shut down. Literally. Because they want to see the great lady. Just she went there without telling the people before. By the time she got there, the whole place, the Capitol building, no space. The City Hall, no space to sit down. The president went there, some spaces, the place was open. The people standing. The people were standing outside when the woman went there. Outside, they want to see her. Some people were looking through the window. Where the president? Then the woman, then she will come outside. Then she will hawk the people. Then our man on the outside and go, after 7 p.m., nobody calls my phone. I was like, wow. You serious? So that's a great woman. So we'll make females to carry our organization somewhere. Edith Poah will be the next president after Francis Clark Myers. She doesn't want to leave. I will persuade her to come and run. Somebody else said, but why you can't run? Damn it. When I get there, the organization will be on a different level. Because first of all, we'll make sure Francis Clark succeeds. And then when she leaving, she's going to make sure her successor succeeds. Okay? That's Julius Nyerere. He said, when you are leaving, you're a leader. You are never successful until your successor succeeds. So right now, if I were President Gideon, I would start doing things for Francis to succeed, to be successful. Because it will be in your interest. You can take credit and say, I helped that lady out. That's something I would have done easier. Something easier that I can do. We all do it. They put a Larry King there, pushing him there. They say, hey, don't listen to that over. They come, all the book allegations, how listen. I say, how do you guys can just say these things about people? Yeah, the woman this day, she da. I say, that's that little children, when they vex, they can say anything. Yeah, they can say anything, but we don't listen. We tell the president when they say make the allegation, we'll call the president. To be a president is a tough situation. Or to want to be the national president of people is a tough situation. People will say all sort of things. Have thick skin. Don't be the other guy who will say the lion is not in the cave. When you come closer, I will buy you. I say, what? When you come closer to me, I will put your ear. All right, man. I just try to add some no fun to the discussion. Finish for the day, though. Okay, so I recognize Francis G. Clark. Damn it. What are G for? Well, we'll dig little, we'll dig little. Damn it. I didn't pay attention to that. Francis G. Clark. That will be your breaking news next time. Francis G. Clark. What G for? Maybe it could be Francis God Clark. Yeah, because she came here as a goddess of the people. She's the goddess of the people to free the people from the miasma of confusion. To take us to the beautiful city, to the beautiful metropolis of development, unity, education, empowerment of the people. And the list goes on. And so who I'm seeing here, James, Mr. Panton, how you doing, sir? James Panton. They got James Panton and they got James May Panton. I don't know. It's the same person or two different people. I don't know. Lord Jelly, what's up, buddy? Ezekiel Solo, what's up? What Otis Kana, how are you, buddy? So yeah, that's first time listening. Okay, thank you, Nameline. I can't pronounce the first name. Sorry, I don't want to butcher that. Manchester Smith, our chair lady is following the show. I've seen you as well. Morton Jeda, what's up? All right. There's some communication making me laugh. Sorry. Morton Jeda and 4 others watching. I can see all of you guys. So, hey, get you. I'm out for the day. I want to say thanks to all of you. Let me play my music here. And I'll be out for the day. You know, I like reconciliation. After I finish saying anything, I made some people vex. Then I play the reconciliation, so I've got to reconcile. We'll go to the traditional queen of traditional music, and she'll tell you that, oh, let's reconcile. The former president of our union, you see, the women are very powerful people. Manajabele, she did a great job too. She just joined us. Thanks for joining us. We're out for the day, though. But you see, when you look at the history of the women, wonderful. Yes, she took continual form of medication to our people. While the man will get and take wheelbarrow full of mattresses. And the people seeking for you. But you put wheelbarrow in the mattress. No, let me not be president like that. They actually put a mattress over the Pathfinder Jeep. They will carry a whole container. Pathfinder can't carry a container. Just imagine. They won't carry a container. Then you got the other woman, the Blessed Children Foundation. The woman I want to come when Francis leaves to be the president. She carry a whole truck. 18 widows. She carry over there to Grand Gedeh to save the people. Yeah. Now, man, over there, men carry a few mattresses. Watching, they took it from one of the fleet play over there and carry to the people. And they jubilating. Hey, where the George? I won't ball. Where the George? Where the George? All right, guys, man, I'm out for the day. Thank you so much. And next time, you got to be early to enjoy the show, but you can follow the show a little. We got a lot of juicy stuff in the show. Let's play the queen of traditional music. I want to say thank you so much. And we will be back next week with more on the Voice of Science. My music delaying. I don't know why. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, quickly, I got a caller here. The caller wants to say something to us before we call it a day. Mr. Cooley Morris, the host of Voice of Science, or how you for Sarpoland Nation. Actually, sorry, I always made a mistake. So the host of the Sarpoland Nation.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful, thank you. How are you? What you got to say, sir?
Okay, no, I'm so sorry because I've been watching, but I want to work, and then at the time I want to make contribution. You already coming to end. But something I want to say. The first one I want to say is that the same way you now believe that if we wrote that letter, that the same way that speculation too, I will not believe it because I know Green Deal will know better. Green Deal will know better to appoint or election commission now and trying to carry the convention to different place. She will know better to do that. So I agree with Charlie that.
Well, I mean, that's a speculation. So you're right to debunk that. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I didn't that. Yeah. That because he will listen because why he said he's going to listen to the war. He said Mambutu is there. We can create another Mambutu can come. If another Mambutu will not come. That the people around you trying to destroy you, to try to make you look ugly. They will not bring another Mambutu. You can be another Mambutu tomorrow. When you start listening to people that are trying to bring you down. So that piece of advice for the president, I don't want for people to destroy him. He's a very nice man. And when you pay attention to these people, he will damage your own reputation. The place that working his vision are rich now. And you made mistake, the administration come to problem. People will never forgive you.
Right.
So there's a piece of advice. And another thing, I agree with you because we got some respectful and intelligent people in Iowa chapter, and the president cannot just come and write a letter when not or the secretary not ready, the vice president also to get to that letter, and we know so he sent the people over there, and so even if the president even want to do that. If you want to do that, it's not bad. Call the people to meeting at least. Defend your own character. Call the people to meeting. You are educated man. Call the people to meeting. Not everybody will agree. You're putting to vote. The majority win that will go against what vote did, then that's all it be. Then the majority win. But you can't tell right. Then all the lies, then things start coming up. Oh, me, I don't know about it. Me, I don't know about it. So please, this thing here. Anybody I advise everybody. Anybody that put in hand in this thing here for the organization to divide, for it to divide, you are on the blind list of stable people. So thank you very much to allow me. But God help me if I got myself to come up. So thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. That's cool. Tomorrow is the host of Voice. Well, I kept saying Voice of Sano. Sarpoland Nation. Yeah, the Sarpoland Nation host. Thank you. Yeah, maybe you can be a contributor on my show.
Okay, so thank you.
Okay, all right. All right, so that's Mr. Morris over there with his opinion. And I think it's true. I mean, the president will not do that. And besides, the president will get this message from us. And he will be discouraged, and he will take our advice, the pieces of information we'll give him. I'm quite sure he will use the information to do the right thing for himself, for his legacy, for his offspring, and all of that, because what you do as a leader, it follows you, into all the generations. So you don't want to make that mistake. The people say, ball father or that girl father divided the people. You don't want that team to get behind your family. No. All right, man. I want to say thank you so much. I'm out for the day.